Week 19, Monday. A reading from the treatise of Theodoret of Syr on the incarnation of the Lord. I shall heal their wounds. Jesus hastened of his own accord to meet the sufferings which, according to the Scriptures, he would have to undergo. He had often warned his disciples that he would have to suffer. And when Peter protested against this, he rebuked him. Finally, he showed them how the salvation of the world depended on these sufferings. This is why he gave himself up to the men who had come to arrest him, saying, I am the one whom you seek. When he was accused, he made no reply. And when he could have hidden, he made no effort to do so, although on more than one occasion in the past, he had gone out of his way to avoid the traps that had been set for him. Then he wept over Jerusalem, for he saw it hastening to its own destruction by its lack of faith, and he warned that the once famous temple was going to be utterly destroyed. Patiently, too, he suffered that blow on the face from the man who was a slave in fact and in spirit. Buffeted, spat upon, reviled, tormented, scourged, and finally nailed to the cross, he accepted as his companions in punishment the two thieves on his right and on his left. He was numbered with murderers and criminals, tasted the gall and vinegar from the evil wine, was crowned with thorns instead of palm leaves and clusters of grapes, was dressed in purple and mocked, struck with a reed, pierced in the side with a spear, and finally laid in the tomb. All of these things he suffered in the interest of our salvation. For those who had been slaves to sin had also become subject to the penalties due to sin, and he who was free from all sin and who had lived a life of perfect holiness took upon himself the punishment of sinners, wiping out by his cross the curse that had been decreed long ago. Christ, said St. Paul, redeemed us from the curse of the law, having become a curse for us. For it is written, Cursed be everyone who hangs on a tree. For after Adam had sinned, he heard these words, Cursed be the ground because of you. Thorns and thistles it shall bring forth to you. But the crown of thorns put an end to Adam's punishments. When he tasted the gall, he accepted all the bitterness and difficulties of the vulnerable life of mortal man. When he tasted the vinegar, he took upon himself man's change for the worse and gave him the grace of a return to better things. The purple signified his kingly power. The reed suggested the weakness and fragility of the devil's power. The blow announced our freedom. In all this, he bore the insults, punishments, and blows that we had deserved. His side, like Adam's, was opened, not to reveal the woman who, by her error, brought death into the world, but to reveal the fountain of life, bringing life into the world with its double stream. One stream gives us new life in the baptistry, and clothes us with the robe of immortality, while the other feeds those who have been reborn at the divine table, like infants being fed with milk.